Couple things that I want to hit on. First is Jonah Coleman. I want to congratulate Jonah for being a finalist for the Campbell Trophy, which is a pretty amazing award, academic Heisman, so to speak, where players get noticed and rewarded for their leadership, their academics, and their football. And he's one of 16 finalists, and very hopeful that he'll get that award. Second one thing that I want to mention is Saturday is Huskies for the Cure, and that we are going to be honoring all those who are affected by cancer in numerous ways, and give our players an opportunity to wear a ribbon or have a ribbon on their helmet, a ribbon decal, representing really any of the type of cancers that have affected their families or friends. We have 6 ribbons available to our team, and obviously one of those ribbons is for our women's soccer player, that Mia, who we are also honoring on Saturday. But it's a very important day, very important to me personally. I've been affected by cancer in numerous ways. Lost my brother, lost my father to cancer, and fortunate that my mother-in-law has battled through cancer and is doing great. But it's certainly a very important day for us. And so I just wanted to mention those two things before we get started into the game itself. We know we have a great opponent in town. Looking forward to the opportunity to play Illinois. Ranked team. Done a great Coach Bielema's done a great job with his program, as expected. I think they're now currently in their 5th year. I think 2021 was his first year as the head coach there, and certainly has done a great job and won 10 games last season. We know how challenging that is, and then to be back this year at 5-2, it'll be a great challenge for us. We're ready for it. We're excited. I hope that we'll have a great crowd. From what I understand, we're very close to selling out. Hopefully we will hit that number here in the next day or so, which will be fantastic. And it looks like it's going to be an awesome Saturday here on Montlake. So know we have a great challenge in front of us, and our players are super excited about the opportunity.
With Jonah, how have you kind of noticed his influence benefit the team in terms of just well-roundedness on and off the field?
In so many ways, Jonah represents everything we could ever dream of for our program. The way he speaks about our locker room, the way he speaks as a teammate, the way he challenges our team to excel academically as well as athletically. The fact that Jonah can be an elite worker in the weight room, and then be an elite worker on the practice field, and then be an elite worker in the classroom, is all that any coach, parent, friend, teammate could ever ask for. So, he's truly a culture champion for our program.
Jedd, in terms of that culture and Jonah, do you see that come across even more in these types of game weeks where you're coming off a tough loss, you're having to come back home, you're having to regroup quickly against the top 25 team?
Yeah.
Do you see where his value almost comes across more during these kinds of weeks?
Yeah, I think he certainly has done a great job, as has Carver Willis. I think sometimes the older players that have kind of lived through ups and downs as players, as teams. Jonah obviously has lived through it with me for all 4 years. I've seen Devin Bryant really step up as a leader as well. Those guys are really doing a great job of rallying the troops, getting the team ready to go. It was a tough loss on the road to a very good team that, we're disappointed we didn't win the game, but we have plenty more. We have 5 more games left, and guys like that, Jonah specifically, did a great job to get us back locked in immediately on Sunday evening.
Speaking of Carver, any updates with him or John or Quentin Moore?
Yeah, I expect we'll make a game day decision on both Carver and John, but it's trending very well. Quentin most likely will be out for this game.
I do. How do you guys prepare for Luke Altmaier this week?
Yeah, well, he's a very good passing quarterback that is also very athletic and experienced and has great ability to really run the team. So we've had to really work very hard, mixing coverages, mixing looks, making things more challenging in practice to be able to try to prepare for an elite quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten. They've got a really good slot receiver. They've got really good running backs. They're a team that's that have thrown the ball exceptionally well the last year and a half, and I think Altmaier has been one of the top guys in the Big Ten. So we've got our work cut out for us there. We've got our corners are healthy, and I think they're probably in the best health that they've been in all season. So I'm excited about that. And then we've got all of our safeties ready to go. So we know that we're going to have a great challenge. And it starts with pass rush, and then it starts with, how tight of coverage we can play.
I just was curious. Go ahead.
How have you seen Damon respond this week? And then do you do anything differently in terms of game planning early on after a week like that?
No, I don't. No, I think Jimmy talked about it. I think Damon talked about it. I talked about it. There was nothing different in terms of like how we prepare, or what plays, what plays we called. He threw a couple interceptions that he normally wouldn't throw for a lot of different reasons, and that's about it, right? I mean, when you look at the rest of it, it was, that's all the game was. And no, we don't do anything different. Guys throw interceptions. That happens, and he's going to go out there, and we're going to get him better. And as I was saying, that he's 19. He's played, I think he has started, 2 games last year. He started 7 games this year. He's a 9-game starter. He has another, at a minimum, probably somewhere between 17 games to most likely 30 games left to play as a college starter, or 35 plays. He's going to get better every week. And the goal here is just to focus in on how do you get better this Saturday than you were last Saturday, understanding he hasn't even started a full season, understanding he's not even 20 years old yet, and he won't be until the next spring. So we're just going to continue to develop him. We're going to continue to get him better. And we're not going to compare him to guys that were in their 5th and 6th year in college. We're not going to compare him to guys that were, starters for 48 games or 40 games or 35 games. We're going to just see if we can get him better. And we're going to watch how good Damon Williams can be. And we're going to continue to watch his progression. And with everybody's progression, I don't care if you're a first-round pick in the NFL or if you're a college quarterback or high school quarterback, you're going to just keep getting better and better and better and better. And then you're going to have a blip on the radar and you're going to struggle. And then you're going to learn from that. And as they always say, right, it's not how you get knocked down, it's how you get back up. And I have total faith that he's going to have a good game this week, a better game next week. And then we'll just keep building off of it, and hopefully it'll continue to improve.
Jedd, as the play caller and the schemer, and knowing Damon now that teams have kind of a library on him, he's obviously not a mystery anymore. Have you noticed on film that have teams kind of all of a sudden like, okay, we can't maybe go to that anymore. Maybe we have to start countering the counters and playing that kind of chess game with them?
Yeah, well, every week is different, right? I mean, 2 weeks ago, Damon was one of 16 players in the history of college football to throw for over 400 yards and run for over 100. The next week, he winds up completing, we're throwing for 209 yards and throwing some interceptions. That's not that the week before they schemed better than the other week. It's just every week is different. Every team is different. What they do defensively is different. What we do offensively to attack a defense is different. What there's going to be is the more information you get as a quarterback, the more experiences you get as a quarterback, the quicker you can adjust, the quicker you can say, hey, I remember back in my memory bank a year ago when I got this defense versus this look, and I know where I went to, and now I know where I want to go to. And I think that all comes from experience. But sure, everybody's going to game plan us differently. Some people are going to want to take Jonah away. Some people are going to want to take DeMond away. Someone's going to want to take Denzel away. Somebody's going to say, I'm going to take away Denzel and DeMond, and I'm going to let, them run the ball 35 times and see what it looks like. Each week you have to figure out what they're going to do. What Michigan did was they played with a shell defense. They didn't let many things go past them. The couple things that we did throw by them, we had some chances to make some big-time plays like we did the 7th or 8th play of the game. But what happened is, we got past the 35-yard line 4 or 5 times, and we only ended up with 7 points. And I really do believe that each week is going to be a different entity, a different moment in time for D and our whole offense and our whole team, and I think each week will get better.
Jacob playing this weekend, Manu?
Jacob Manu is currently, we have 1 game left, so we have to make a decision on whether it's going to be this one or not. So we're not going to make that decision just yet.
How do you go about? Do you literally wait until Saturday? Because if he's playing, I'm assuming you want him running with the ones during the week, and if he's not, then you want somebody else in that spot. So how do you kind of balance the preparation?
We balance it that we try to make decisions earlier in the week on how we feel, what we think we're going to do, but not share that.
How much going back to knowing what Jacob could and couldn't do, how much did the bye week play into that, knowing that you could maybe buffer and have 2 more weeks where maybe you could get some guidance by the NCAA or the courts or
whatever? Yeah, a lot. We're still waiting to hear. We should know something very soon. But if we're under the premise that there'll be that we're going to work under what the rules are currently, which are he'll have 4 games and then he'll have any postseason games we get to play in, and he'll have all of next year. And he's going to be what Jonah is to the team this year. I expect Jacob to be to the team next year. And they're very similar in a lot of ways. And Jacob is going to continue to lead us, whether it be on the sideline or whether it be on the game field for this season. This was our expectation the whole season, the whole offseason when he brought him in, that we were going to play him for 4 games. As things started changing is when we started looking to see what other avenues we might have. But I love the way Zadrius is improving. I love the way Devin Bryant is playing right now. I think that Exeter Alexander is playing better and better and better. And Anthony Ward gives us an opportunity. So we're just going to see what it looks like here. We'll make our final decision publicly on Saturday at 12.
And I'm assuming you're disappointed with the statement that was made yesterday by the NCAA?
Yeah, I just don't. I think that it just changes all the time. I don't get it. I mean, we're going to let G League basketball players go play college basketball, and about a kid that tears his ACL week 6, he can't, but week 4 he can. It's just very disappointing. It's very disappointing, and probably get in trouble for saying that, but I just don't get it. I don't get the whole idea here is to try to help these kids be successful and not make them make decisions that are for themselves and not for the team. And to be able to help our team and help our program and help these kids is the most important thing. And to say that because of the date of an injury or the extent of an injury, they can or they can't play. I mean, if we're going to let a kid play 4 games and a full postseason, that's 9 games. That's 9 games. So 9 games aren't going to count, but 12 games will count. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, that we're going to say the 3 games is a difference maker for a kid that can help his football team, help his life, help his career, help his financial situation through NIL, help his ability to connect with our community. I want our community to love Jacob Manu. I want them to see him play. I want them to listen to him talk. I want them to be around him and be able to embrace him. So this offseason, that they can reward Jacob with true NIL opportunities, and he can reward our team by being an unbelievable captain for the next year or 2.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,